It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
The greatest thing floating in
I might be out of
2024. Mark
business.
the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Prince.
It appears that Oprah and Katt Williams have established a battle line. Oprah is now threatening to ruin Katt's life.
Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
So it appears that Oprah has had enough of people dragging her down, and she has made the decision to finally step out and defend herself against the allegations. And she made the decision to pursue Katt Williams in particular. The past few weeks have seen Oprah in the news due to Taraji's discussion about her and how, despite her pretenses, she doesn't support Black women in the profession. For quite some time now, Oprah has been seen as both a humanitarian and an advocate for Black rights in Hollywood. However, Katt is now coming out to show that Oprah is far worse than we could have ever imagined, not to mention that she is not the nice person we assume her to be. But here's the thing. Oprah has been pushing her agenda on us for a very long time, according to Katt. So it goes well beyond Taraji. Katt asserted that Oprah has been employed by Hollywood's elite to control and manipulate Black musicians. He highlighted Oprah's years-long denigration of other African-American musicians, using her treatment of Ludacris as an example, making him look foolish when he appeared on her show to promote the film Crash. All of the Black artists used to appear on Oprah's show to promote their new music, movies, and other projects. However, Oprah occasionally decided to abruptly change course and make some of the musicians appear awful. This is what she did to Ludacris. Oprah made the decision to change the subject during the conversation, moving away from the film and Ludacris's part in it. She then made the decision to start questioning him about his songs and the reasons behind his use of the N-word, despite the fact that his music was unrelated to the interview. During the radio conversation, Ludacris called her out since he clearly wasn't feeling it.
You know, I was there for Crash, for the movie. Yeah. And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You know, you didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music. Right.
Not only that, but Oprah went on to modify and exclude portions of Ludacris' answer to her questions in order to make him appear worse when the interview with him appeared on her show. She got a chance to speak what she had to say before I responded.
She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal, and when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
It was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of took it. Wow. Like it was just quiet. And didn't
You're
say
just
nothing.
Katt claims that the things we're witnessing are only the beginning of her misuse of her platform, and he didn't hold back, despite the fact that he once publicly criticized her for her attempts to undermine Michael Jackson's legacy. Let's go back to 1993, when Oprah was given a unique opportunity to speak with Michael Jackson, the king of pop, at his Neverland Ranch. That's significant because, as we all know, Michael Jackson was very discreet about his personal life. Oprah's celebrity skyrocketed after the private sit-down, not only in the US but also internationally. She also continued to claim to be MJ's friend for years following this. This is where things changed though. When Michael passed away, Oprah made a radical change of heart. She rode the scandal train that surrounded the documentary Leaving Neverland and painted Michael Jackson in an unflattering light. She upped the ante by spending a whole section speaking with Wade Robson and James Safechuck, two of MJ's former accusers. The fact that Wade and James had recanted their earlier accusations and sworn under oath that Michael Jackson had not sexually assaulted them as they had first claimed caused a great deal of controversy over that single step. Therefore, What was Oprah doing when she provided these men with a stage on which to reopen the Michael Jackson case? By encouraging others to bring up the subject again, it seemed as though she was attempting to disparage Michael Jackson's legacy. When she said that she was only bringing attention to the pervasive pattern of SA in the industry, she made an attempt to explain herself. This is where things become really fascinating, though. Coming from Oprah, it seems a little excessive, especially in light of her connections to other business people who have been charged with sexual assault. Jeffrey Epstein, as well as Harvey Weinstein. I can assure you that these teams have been insane for years. Nevertheless, she had a close friendship with each of them. There are already rumors circulating that she may have even been aware of their dubious actions prior to the entire Expo Day blowing up. Indeed, it's the proverbial pot calling the kettle black. Yes, Oprah the awareness raiser has some close ties to those who are engaged in the very problems she purports to be bringing to light. Yes, it is exhibiting hypocrisy. However, a number of people have actually voiced their opinions regarding this. Similar to when Oprah and Naomi Campbell were exposed by British actress Katt and Noble for aiding Harvey Weinstein in deceiving her in SA her. Andy was with individuals I really looked up to. Together with Naomi Campbell, Oprah Winfrey entered the room, swaying off his arm and exuding the warmth and familiarity of an old friend. As far as Katt is concerned, Oprah didn't appear to dislike saying when her friends did it, so it doesn't seem like she had an issue with it per se. Additionally, Katt brought up Oprah's associations with other men who have been accused of acting inappropriately. So, how about we take a quick trip down memory lane? Do you recall when Oprah was all over this Brazilian man who claimed to be a spiritual healer and went by the name John of God? Oprah didn't just talk the talk. She really flew to Brazil to see him. And she was so ecstatic with the experience that she invited him to appear on her show. And now is where things really start to get insane. For a good few years, Oprah maintained her relationship with John of God. But all of a sudden, the man is revealed to have some really troubling past. Trafficking in persons and children. It turns out that he had women shackled against their will, forced them to become pregnant, forced them to give birth, and get this, sold the newborns for organs. That is extremely unsettling. Naturally, Oprah was drawn into that situation because of her connection to this individual. Oprah, nevertheless, handled it like it was nothing. Not even an apology or an explanation. She only took one look at the videos that linked to her page and clicked the delete button. She didn't make an official remark or distance herself from the controversy. We had the impression that we were in the Twilight Zone and were not seeing what we had. Like in Oprah's universe, Ja never happened. If you're wondering why this wasn't widely publicized in the US media, Katt says that Oprah has some influential people to thank for keeping that information under wraps. Now, recall when we said how Oprah founded a school for girls in South Africa and how amazing of a philanthropist she is. It didn't take long for the school to become embroiled in yet another alarming incident, though. It is quite unfortunate that a school teacher was detained on suspicion of inappropriate behavior toward female students based on an essay. According to singer Seal, Oprah was lying when she said she was unaware of Harvey Weinstein's wrongdoings. He wrote on Instagram, "Oh, I forgot. That's right. You'd heard rumors, but you didn't know he was actually a young, extremely charming actress who didn't know what they were getting into. I apologize. Hollywood sanctimonious." The intriguing aspect of this, though, is that Sil unexpectedly had to deal with violence accusations just 5 days after criticizing Oprah. Naturally, the charges were dropped after a few days. But what's interesting about this story is that Sil's accuser reportedly reported the singer to Los Angeles police after noticing that he had accused Oprah Winfrey in a damning Instagram post of knowing about Harvey Weinstein's sexual offenses. Katt claims that Oprah tried to get Sil out of jail despite the fact that he was innocent of all the charges she made against him. Thus, this was more than just a coincidence. Oprah, however, didn't care. All she wanted was her limb back, no whatever the cost, even if it meant putting an innocent black guy in danger. Now, all of this occurred some time ago. And until Taraji's disclosures a few weeks ago, there was little to no talk about Oprah being a handler. Taraji dropped a bombshell of a confession, saying she was weary of being undervalued and not getting what she deserved. She was prepared to walk it though. She wasn't just talking, all set to walk like she tucked it in, walk like she tucked it in. She actually revealed the truth when she nearly left the Oprah film Color Purple, claiming that the offer was simply too meek and offensive.
I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this?
She then appeared on the Gala King show, where she was so outraged that she started crying.